Greetings to you today and welcome to our daily Devo for Wednesday, the 10th of July today. And don't know how you're feeling about the weather we're having, but it is a bit hot. If you hear a humming in the background here, it's because I have a window fan blowing in on me to keep me from overheating up here in my office. Today's devotion is entitled Concerning Integrity. Concerning integrity, which is a subject we probably need to talk a lot about in the day and age in which we're living. The work here that is from Charles Dickens is from his well-known David Copperfield. I am doubtful whether I was at heart glad or sorry when my school days drew to an end. My aunt and I had many grave deliberations on the calling to which I should be devoted. For a year or more, I had endeavored to find a satisfactory answer to the often repeated question, what I would like to be. But I had no particular liking that I could discover for anything. If I could have been inspired with a knowledge of science or navigation, taken the command of a fast sailing expedition, and gone around the world on a triumphant voyage of discovery, I think I might have considered myself completely suited. But in the absence of any such miraculous provision, my desire was to apply myself to some pursuit that would not lie too heavily upon her purse, and to do my duty in it, whatever it might be. I hope it shall be worthy of you, Aunt. That will be enough for me. But what I want you to be, said my aunt, I don't mean physically, but morally, is a firm fellow. A fine, firm fellow with a will of your own. With resolution, said my aunt, shaking her cap at me, with determination, with character, and with strength of character that is not to be influenced, except on a good reason, by anybody or by anything. That's what I want you to be. I hoped I should be what she described. Again, from David Copperfield. That is a difficult. All of us who are, as we go through our younger years, especially as we get to a certain age, that's a question people use just in a trying to make conversation. What do you want to be when you grow up? And of course, the longer those questions get asked, hopefully it's not when I grow up, part of the question drops away. But what are you interested in? What do you want to be? And it can be difficult. I've wanted to be a number of things in my life. There was a time in my life I really wanted to be an archaeologist. I love that. I had books. I got Biblical Archaeology Review magazine delivered to me, a number of different books on archaeology, and that did not pan out. Growing up as the pastor's son, I did not see myself becoming one. And yet here I am. I had no idea I'd be involved as much as I am in missions, but here I am. So the Lord leads, and the Lord sets our steps for us. Here's some thoughts from Gene Fisher. Miss Betsy Trotwood, David Copperfield's kindly aunt, had wise words for him as he set out into the world. More than David settling on a worthy calling, she wanted him to be a man with good morals and incorruptible integrity. On integrity, the wise book of Proverbs tells us, quote, the righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. Proverbs 20, verse 7. Job, a man who lost everything and suffered much, is an example of a man who held on to integrity and did not give in to Satan's wiles. In Job 2, 7 through 10, we read, So Satan struck Job with painful boils from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. And he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself while he sat in the midst of the ashes. And then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God? And shall we not accept adversity?" Even greater than Job's integrity was that of Jesus Christ. He always judged rightly, influenced people to live moral lives, and showed self-discipline, unwavering faith, and solid obedience to God. By reading the Bible and applying his example to our lives, we too can lead lives of integrity. Proverbs 11 verse 3, "The integrity of the upright will guide them." Integrity is a gift, not a gift. Is a choice in life that we need to want to have to make that choice. Integrity, people of honesty, people of good moral character, people whose word can be trusted. Because if I don't have, if we together do not have this kind of integrity, people find it hard to trust us. They don't know when we're telling the truth and when we're not. They don't know if we're going to keep our word or whether we're not. If we're just making brags or big promises that there's no way we can ever keep. We lose integrity. We lose people's opinions of us, their trust. Integrity is important. We don't have it a lot these days, it doesn't seem to me, not in politics, not in business. Sad to say, the evidence is also not always in the pulpit. Not always amongst those who claim to be followers of Christ. And that hurts his reputation. When the people who name his name can't be trusted, then they're not going to trust the testimony we give. They're not going to trust the gospel message that we give. Integrity is something we need to possess and maintain and guard it. I like the way that Betsy Trotwood talked to David Copperfield here. What I want you to be, not physically, but morally. Firm fellow, a fine firm fellow with a will of your own, with resolution, with determination, with character, with strength of character that is not to be influenced, except on good reason, by anybody or by anything. That's what I want you to be. And David Copperfield's personal response, "I hoped I should be what she described." I hope I am too, and I hope we are dependable like that together. Blessings to you today.